If I asked most people in here to raise your hand, like, how many of you would say you're in the real estate game? Most of us would raise our hand, right? And we're like, yeah, we're playing the real estate game. But what's the real game we're all playing? What do you think? What?
Money game.
Money. Boom. The money game. So I don't care if you're in insurance or if you're in real estate or whatever, you've chosen that to be your vehicle to acquire money. A lot of us, first of all, don't even know we're playing the money game. So we get really good at the thing. We were really good at the thing, right? 25 deals a month. That sounds awesome. It sounds like, yeah, we're doing 25 deals a month. But then we're crying in the corner because we're stuck at the money game, the real game we're playing. I need to open your eyes first, because what I'm going to teach you today is 3 steps. Number 1, you have to play your own game. 2, you have to set up the game to win. And 3, you got to win it consistently. Like, how do we make this a system so it's not just a one and done thing, but you can take it for the rest of your life? So that's what we're going to be talking about. So you're playing the right game, because if you play the wrong game, that's what you end up looking like, right? Nice and shiny on the outside, but got nothing to show for it. Just like Joey, just like us back in the real estate day. I don't want you. This is the number 1 statement I hear when people are real with me. I literally had, I think, 4 calls this week with investors, and they said some version of this: I make money, but feel broke. Where is my money going? I'm making it, and I see the money hitting the bank account, then it's all leaving. Where is it going? That's where a lot of people have that issue. Honestly, it's not just in business, right? Like in our personal lives too. So yeah, we'll go there. What's the root problem? Why do I think we get into this situation, especially as an entrepreneur, especially as a Western society entrepreneur? We think that more deals or more income solves all the problems, right? Just do another deal. Just do 25 deals a month. Just scale up. We think scaling is the answer. I actually don't disagree with that. What I do disagree with is stopping there. You can't just scale up. You have to also keep the money on the way too. There has to be the yin and yang. If you just scale without this other side, then you're going to be scaling into oblivion like we did. But if you only have the keep money side, but you can't get money in the door, you have nothing to manage. So I think it's very much a tension between you have to make it, but if you're going to make it, you have to keep it. So that's where I don't want you stuck of like, oh, we'll just scale ourselves out of this problem. Anyone ever read any of Keith Cunningham's books? The Road Less Stupid? That's my favorite business book of all time, even above Profit First. The Road Less Stupid, he teaches you how to think and asking good questions as an entrepreneur. You have to be really good at questions just in life in general. But that's a really good one. And he teaches that, if you're going to scale up, it's like putting fuel in a plane that's going down. It's like we don't want to scale ourselves out of business, just like I told you about Joey and ourselves. How many have played this game? Anyone played this game? Yeah, I see some hands there. Great game. How many have read Rich Dad Poor Dad? How many of you have read that? Most of us in here. That's like the prerequisite, I think, to walking in this room as a real estate investor, right? Did you know the fun fact here? Like, he created the game first and wrote the book to sell the game. Did you know that? Yeah. And obviously the book sold like millions of copies and his game has not sold millions of copies. But this is such a great visual representation of what I'm trying to help you with today. If you've played this game, you know this outside track is called the fun track. It's like, this is financial freedom out here. It's all the fun spaces. And here's the not so fun part. It's the rat race. And literally there's these little green spaces that say big or small deal. And you're trying to land on that to get out of the rat race with your passive income to get to the fun track. This is such a great representation of a typical entrepreneur's life right here. We jump from, how many are full-time in real estate right now in some form or fashion? How many of you that are in real estate now have ever held a W-2 before? Yeah, most of us, right? I did too. We trade our W-2 paycheck to paycheck living for deal-to-deal living in the real estate space. And then we never build that bridge to financial freedom. Even though we're good at making money and we can do all these deals, that's what we were doing at 25 deals a month, right? We were really good at the rat race portion. We never built a bridge. That's what I'm trying to do today for you, because there's like tactical things. I'm not just going to tell you a bunch of stories and say, see you later, I got a plane to catch. This is where I want to give you some actual steps you can take from today to implement to get to the financial freedom track. Because if you don't, your current habits are going to keep you in the rat race. That's what's going to happen. I will see you and you will be another person that said, man, I wish I would have done that. I have so many stories of that. It's not even funny. I talked with a guy 10 months ago. He came in and talked to us about, because I have a fractional CFO coming. I'll talk about that at the end. I'm not going to pitch it, just if you want this free stuff or whatever. But this is where he got on a call with us, moved forward, but then during onboarding said, no, I don't want to move forward anymore. I've got too much going on, blah, blah, blah. He came back 10 months later through a different funnel, actually through Mike McCowlett's funnel, and Mike pinged him to me. And I'm like, I know this name. So I called him. He's like, yeah, I need your help. We were in the rat race back then and we're still in it. And so he's like, I'll give you a call next week, and this was 2 weeks ago. So he called me last week to say he was supposed to move forward then. He called me and said, actually, we're shutting the business down because I think we're in over our heads and we don't have any money and any cash. I'm like, my heart was bleeding for him. I'm like, 10 months ago, that would have given us plenty of runway with what you were making to be able to forego all this. So this is why I'm so adamant of just do something with this today. Even if you don't work with me because you don't have enough going on or whatever it might be, take some of the stuff that I'm going to give you today and implement it. I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can too. At the end, a cheat sheet for all this stuff. So literally if you zone out for the next 30 minutes, you'll be okay. Just kidding. Don't do that, please. But if you do like this, I'm going to give you some overviews because you need to make sure that you implement this stuff so you don't end up in the rat race and staying there, because you're the small business entrepreneur hero, right? Especially in this room, if you touch real estate, it's only on the core four, right? The tenets of just being a human being. You need a roof over your head. This is where I want you to make sure you're the small business superhero and you're not having to land like so many people, or crash land. You come out of the sky and you hit the ground hard because the money pulls you down. So here we go. Here's point number one, especially playing your own money game. Find what you need to keep. So this would be a good time to take out your paper and pen too, probably, and start writing some notes. If you're going to do that, find what you need to keep. What do I mean by this? Let me ask you a question before I answer that of what this whole point means. Why did you start doing what you're doing? Why are you in real estate? Why are you in insurance? Whatever it might be. And I don't mean, why did you start this? And you say financial freedom, right? I want you to sit there and think internally why you started it. Was it because you wanted to get away from your W-2? Did you want to spend time with family? Go deeper than the words financial freedom. We would all say that, but it's all different for each one of us. Because it's your business and it's your family and it's your story. So why did you start your business? We have to keep that in mind because it ties into this point number one. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Anyone have a pen I could use real quick? Oh, look at that extra pen. Thank you. How many have read the book Crucial Conversations? Anyone? Another good one. That's probably in my top 5, say of business books. Number 1 is Keith Cunningham's book, The Road Less Stupid. Crucial Conversations is a great one, not just for business, but for life. This helped me with my wife, my daughter, everything. This is my daughter, Eleanor. I'm going to illustrate something from this book. The chapter title is number 10. It's called Retaking Your Pen. And metaphorically, the authors, there's 5 of them, they say that when we're born with our pen in our hand, and that you're writing your own story. That pen is metaphorically your self-worth. And they're like, when you're really tiny, you've got your pen, and you've got the 2 and 3-year-old, they have their pen grasped firmly in their hand. They don't care what anyone thinks. They're bouncing off the walls. They're asking a million questions. They're doing all the things. You get a little bit older though, right? And it's very easy to start giving up your pen. With my daughter, I saw this actually happen. For the first time a couple of years ago, I live in the Orlando, St. Cloud, Kissimmee area, and my daughter had a dress-up day at school, Tacky Tourist Monday. So she's got all the little stuff, right? She's got a little hat, a little fanny pack, little sunglasses. She's super excited. Sunday night, she gets it all laid out. Monday morning, she gets it all on. Dad, let's go to school. I'm like, here we go. This is going to be a great day. We get in the car. I'm taking her. She's just, how many have a little girl? How many have a little girl? Yeah, they just chat, 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 chat. And the whole time, it was beautiful. Just a daddy, daughter bonding moment here. So we're going to school, but then 5 minutes from school, she gets really quiet. And I'm like, girl, Eleanor, what's going through your brain? She said, Dad, what if it's not the dress-up day? Maybe I should take some of this stuff off. Maybe I shouldn't go to school today. You know, all these things that she's saying. And she literally gave her pen like that to some snotty-nosed little 6-year-old, you know, like to write her story. I'm like, girl, you're beautiful. Walk in there. Have a great day. Here, I'll show you on the app. I promise it's the day. It's like, here you go. And she walks in, she has a great day. But how many of us do that throughout our life? Why did we do 25 deals a month but spend 26 worth? You know why? Because we went to a mastermind and we cared about what those other mastermind members cared about and like what they thought about us, not what we should have been doing for our own business. Joey, same thing. A lot of us, the same thing. I've given up my pen throughout my life. I will say, if you're here in this group right now, you probably took back your pen at some point. You're taking time out of a Friday to come and learn. And financial topic too. Like, you guys get extra brownie points today. Like, this is not the super sexy stuff. I get it. So it's like, you guys have taken back your pen. But a big part of it in your business is making sure your business is pointed toward what you want, not dictated by what someone else is telling you. Does that make sense? Like, I need to get you on this point because I spend the time here. So that way, if you do point number 2 and set up the game to win the money game, you actually have the money pointed toward what you really want, not just what someone else thinks you should be doing. So that's what this is all about. So what do I mean by finding what you need to keep? I split it into a keep number, need and want. What do you need and want from the business? Meaning, how much would I need on a monthly basis to pay myself so I don't feel like I'm in the rat race? Whatever my current lifestyle is that $5,000 a month, $10,000, $15,000, whatever it is? What's the average monthly dollar amount you would need to take from the business so you at least have a starting point? The other part of it is the want number. Remember I asked you, why did you start your business? Your want number would connect to your why. Like, if you need $10,000 a month, what would $20,000 do? $30,000. Like, if you had more than what you needed coming in, what would you want to spend the money on? And would you give yourself permission at that point to spend it, right? Like, this is where we're going to get into a little bit of that in point number 2, but I want you to find those numbers. That's part of that cheat sheet because we don't have time. That's a whole other section. I could go on this for like 45 minutes, but that's where I'll give you like a 1-page document of how to find those numbers. And I would especially do, I'm not sure if I have that slide in here, but I don't. If you are right now in your business, most entrepreneurs build their business on what I call the hope and pray plan, right? I hope I make enough. I pray there's some left over sometime, right? For the love of God, I want some money. But that's where we need to build our business around the keep numbers. What do I need and want? What do I have to make sure so that way we're not worried about money? Like Forrest Gump says, it needs to be one less thing. Like, I want to make sure that money is not this overarching thing that you're just always consumed with in your business. You need to be making sure you have the money you need so that way when the bad times come, you can fall back on it. So this is what I'm talking about. With Joey, we actually did sit down, go through this need and want exercise. He did that with his wife, came back and actually said, David, I found what we needed from the business, and we also found how many deals that equated to in flips. He's like, guess how many I need to do next year? I was like, I don't know, 1 a month? He said, no, I actually only need to do 5. 5 flips next year to do my need number, which was a lot less than 4 a month. Would you agree? And that's where a lot of us think we got to scale up, but a lot of us need to just take stock of what do we really need, so that way we're not just grasping for air or having our spouse go nuts because, like, hey, we're just gone all the time. This is where I want you to make sure you as an entrepreneur, you're building it around what you need and want. So that way, because this was him fist pumping because he felt like, even before he did the deals, he felt freer. Like, he felt like, actually, I'm pointing now towards something that's realistic where I don't have to do 80, 90, 100-hour weeks. Ashley doesn't have to work in the business with me if she doesn't want to, and it's not going to be as crazy if she does. So that's where, like, we have to get you playing your own game first. First, I have to open your mind like you're playing the game of money. Now, if you're going to take that game off the shelf, make sure it's your game, not someone else's, because you're going to end up hating your life if you're playing someone else's game. Thanks for spending time with me today. If this episode gave you clarity or a new perspective, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. If you're ready to apply what we talked about today with real guidance and accountability, visit profitrei.com to schedule a free discovery call with us to create your path to financial clarity and freedom.